A 19-member delegation representing three major Manipur-based civil society organizations, AMUCO, COCOMI and FOCS, will hold talks with the Ministry of Home Affairs in New Delhi on June 30. This marks the third round on dialogue of the ongoing Manipur crisis, but the first time these groups will jointly meet the MHA with a unified agenda. COCOMI convener Khuraijam Athoba said the delegation will voice the public's concern and frustrations, stressing the need for concrete actions instead of repeated assurances. He expressed disappointment over the government's failure to fully contain violence, particularly in the hill regions, and urged the center to prioritize restoring peace across the entire state. Athoba warned that this could be the final round of talks unless tangible progress is made. He criticized the inefficiency of President's rule in addressing the crisis, stating that people in peripheral areas still feel unsafe and are unable to return to their farmlands. Despite the presence of three security layers, recent violence like the firing incident at the Phubala has deepened public distrust. He urged the government to act decisively to restore security and build public confidence, calling for visible solutions and stronger efforts from authorities.
This time it will be more concise and more appropriate in our demands, because after almost several rounds of talks with all our groups, including Amuko, Kokomi and folks, we have been pursuing with the ministry officials on several common agendas, our priorities. However, till date, despite verbal assurances, nothing has been converted into action on ground. So we are hopeful that this time they must be, able to convert some of our demands into action, so that it will help building confidence among the civilian population, which will also help significantly in restoring normalcy in the state. So we will be pursuing with the ministry officials in all the agreed points that we have agreed in our last meeting, even though the meetings were held separately by the three groups. However, this time we are going to appeal and pursue it together along with the all other groups. So I think Government of India will also needs to be little pragmatic in this approach, and that will be the only, this will be our last meeting. Until and unless some deliverable actions being shown on ground, I think it will be difficult for us to follow up in another round of meeting with the ministry official if this time they are not being able to convert it into action.
Tamu, when you work in the ground, Kokomi has several wings and you people work in the ground. So what is the mood of the people? Are they satisfied with this PR government?
No. President rule, people already are fed up of this president rule administration, because they are not being able to deliver any visible solutions which the people can feel. Till then, I think the general public, particularly those in the peripheral areas, haven't felt that sense of security, and their farmlands are still being not able to reach and do their farming. So this kind of violation of their rights to farm in their own farmland for over 2 years, completely more than 2 years, despite deployment of 3 layers of securities, and the recent injuries made by bullets from the other side of the hills, has also again created a very serious distrust towards the kind of security deployment. Therefore, we want the government to be a little more sincere and a little more aggressive in performing their duties.